Check.
Good morning. I know it says 7 minutes.
Turn it off.
But we had a little hiccup.
2 minutes.
So it'll be
It's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes and 2 seconds. That was Wink Martindale. What's going on? Come on in. Get your coffee, get your tea. It's Heath and Tracy. We're going to start in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So pull up a chair, relax.
Get your questions.
Get your questions on deck. Talking about Vienna, Virginia today. And you can ask us anything. Talk to you in a minute. What's going on? Welcome to Design Your Life with Heath and Tracy, where we are here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. EST to demystify your move to the DMV. And since Queen Tracy and I are such transparent people, you can ask us anything. Shout out to my man Adam Shelton, one of the regular OGs on the show. Welcome, Adam. Always good to see you, buddy. Love the Adam switched his picture back. See, last week he had a different picture going. So now he went back to the old joint. I see you, Adam. Shout out to my man Adam. What's up, buddy?
We're talking about Vienna, Virginia today. If you have any questions, type them in the comments. And if you're thinking about moving to the DMV, we want to help.
Today we're answering your questions. We're talking about the DMV. We're talking about Vienna, Virginia. Put your questions in the chat. Put a Q in front of them. What's going on, Care 007, another Heath and Tracy OG.
Take care of your business, Care. We get it. We all got stuff to do. We know what this is like out here in this life.
And then Care's out on the West Coast too, right? So it's early out there. She's doing her thing.
I know. And we're going to continue our series on commuting, the return to work for remote DCers. You all right?
Absolutely. And, if you want a one-on-one private session with Queen Tracy and I, you can see the link down in the description below. We're glad to chop it up with you after the show.
And for Design Your Life today, we're talking about too much focusing is draining on us these days. And we've got some tips to help you with that today. So we're going to help you with all that focus we got going on.
Doing a little brain work. And if this is your first time here, I'm Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
Tracy and our parents, podcasters, and joyfully married after 31 years. Hey, if you want some positivity and an upbeat vibe in your Saturday morning, join us here every Saturday morning.
Every Saturday, babe.
Every Saturday
Every
morning
Saturday.
at 11 a.m. EST, where we can demystify your move to the DMV. So glad that you're here today.
If you need help relocating to the D.C. area, DMV, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, take a second and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit a like button. That helps the algorithm. Put some comments below. That's going to push us out to everybody else.
Yes.
And it's free.
Share it out, too. And if you're new here, definitely type new you down in the comments, whether you're watching live or on the follow-up restream. Put new you down in the comments so we can chop it up with it. We love to say hello to all of our new audience members.
We would love to meet you.
Yes.
Welcome to Design Your Life with Heath and Tracy.
Boom.
I know I can't hear myself either.
Yeah. You put K-Span up there. Welcome back to Design Your Life with Heath and Tracy. Shout out to the first timer, K-Span. We appreciate you. Welcome. Good to have you.
Grand Rising, Charmaine. Charmaine's one of the OGs, y'all.
What's up, Charmaine? Charmaine in the building. Looking forward to Charmaine moving to the DMV as well.
Good morning. Is that Melissa? Is it Melissa?
Yeah, Melissa.
Yeah,
I think
MR. Good morning.
Look at Melissa with the cryptic photo over there.
I love it. I'm all for a cryptic photo,
y'all
girl.
Just get this
I am
part.
all for a cryptic photo.
Y'all don't need to see everything.
That's the Virgo in me. Virgo season has arrived now, hasn't it?
Virgo season is in here.
It's in full
All
effect.
the way live.
It's all the way live, y'all. Y'all better get ready. Get your minds right. Get your minds right.
So let's get into it, baby.
So we do want to take a moment to commemorate those that we lost today 20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago?
It was 20 years ago.
9/11. It was amazing.
And I think as a country, it changed us forever.
Definitely.
And I think as a people, it changed us forever. And I wish we could go back to one thing about that day. And that's the unity that we all had. It seems light years away, today. Didn't want to bring a somber tone. We know that we like to keep it positive here.
Oh, yeah.
But we do want to remember those that lost loved ones, lives, and just a sense of well-being in this country. Our country has never been the same. We have changed for the better in some ways, but also we've made some different directions. Just to get to a really quick story, I was about 8 or 9 months pregnant. No, I was about 7 months pregnant at this time.
Who
happened to be home.
William?
What'd you say?
Who you pregnant with?
I was
William?
pregnant with William,
Mm-hmm.
and he's my oldest son.
Yep.
And our oldest daughter, was away at camp. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
she and her team, her school had gone to a little camp they did every year.
Yep.
And I was on the phone with my girlfriend, like I did I think it was a Tuesday. I want to say it was a Tuesday, maybe.
Yeah,
or
and
Wednesday.
I was somewhere getting the oil change in the car. Or something.
Yeah. And we did this on a regular basis, me and my girlfriend, my best friend, and I'd be sitting in the bed, pregnant as all get out, watching the Today Show where they're talking about people. That's our gossip. I know people get on YouTube and gossip now, but that's how we would gossip. We would talk about what we were looking at on the Today Show. And I looked up and I said, "Oh my gosh, a plane flew into the World Trade Center." And she paused and she said, "That's weird." She said, how did that happen?" She turned it on and she said, "It's too far from the airport."
Right.
So we just kind of looked at it for a second, kept talking, kept going, "Wow, this is crazy. Oh, those people need to get out the building. Oh, what time is it? Da 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 da." And I will never forget the feeling when I saw the other plane crash into the other building. And we both did a collective gasp. And felt like, oh, and you know the word that comes after that. I think I don't remember talking to her after that. I remember hanging up and freaking out, basically. I don't think Heath was home.
No, I wasn't home.
I don't think Heath was home.
I was like at the Jiffy Lube or something, or change of the car, and they had like a little TV in like the little. It was almost like a gas station.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there like, what is going on, right? And so the same thing. Like I got done, I came home, and then I think that's when the second plane hit. And I was just like, are we being attacked?
Yeah, we knew.
What is
I
going
knew
on?
immediately what was going on.
Yeah.
And it was freak out after that. But I just wanted to say I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. So let's just take a moment and pause and just say, may it never happen again, and may we always remember those that have gone.
A moment of silence. We appreciate you. We appreciate you tapping in with us on that commemoration of 9/11.
Now it's flower time.
It's time to get into the flowers. You want me to get the flowers?
You get the flowers.
All right. I get the flowers.
We need an assistant, y'all. Heath's gonna get the flowers today. He did such a good job this morning. He got up and got outside in the yard and did his little thing. I sat on the step, talked to him for a little while. Ooh.
Big crystal joint right here.
They can't hear you.
Oh.
Here, put it down. It's too big. I think it's too big. Can y'all tell I'm not a flower girl?
It's too big, she said, y'all. Can somebody give y'all too many flowers? Can somebody give you too many flowers? All right, so
I get a lot of flowers.
All right, so we got the rose game. We got the big cluster of roses. We got the hydrangea game. Right? We got some accents in here. We got some lavender for the smell good. So look, we like to give people their flowers. So we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the audience.
We give flowers while y'all still here. And we love you. We love you for hanging out with us today.
So here are your flowers.
Yes, Adam, never forget the moment. Yes. We have to stay in touch with our spiritual selves, our real selves, and stay in touch with each other. And I just wish our country could remember that time, and go back to that unity that we had. Flower time. Oh, thank you, Charmaine.
Appreciate you,
Flower
Charmaine.
game is always on point. You are so correct. Am I yelling in your ear, dear?
Sorry.
Is it too loud, y'all? Is the volume okay?
Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Okay. So we're going to talk about Vienna, Virginia today. Let's see if I can get to it. There we go. Let's see. It's going to come up. And I got a new thing. I'm going to see if this works.
That's like the biggest crystal vase that we have in the house. And so, if I cut them where the stems are extra long, I'll put them in that vase. So that's what was happening today.
It's cool.
What you trying to say? It's cool.
So we're talking about Vienna, Virginia, and gosh, I got my screen share to work, guys. I'm so happy.
It's working.
I am so happy.
Yes.
This has cut down on so much work for me. Mm-hmm. So Vienna, Virginia is located in northeastern Virginia, not too far from our house. It's such a cute little town.
Picturesque.
It's what I would definitely say it's picturesque. Mm-hmm. The population, though, is about 16,000.
Who knew?
I did not know. There's a lot of people around here, y'all. Mm-hmm. For a town this size, there's an incredible amount of fun. There's a lot of things to do.
Yep.
And it's been redesigned over the last decade. And when you drive through, you can definitely see it. And they did it to promote walking. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for some place that is more about, collectiveness and being able to get where you want to without a car, Vienna, Virginia is going to do that for you. They have lots of bakeries and coffee shops. Mm-hmm. They have fun events. And it's down like this little center of town. Remember driving through there? It's like this little center of town. I know he probably doesn't remember. I tried to find my video of it, and but I found some other great pictures. It's not only great for walking, but it's also great for biking. And guys, let me tell you something. I have never thought about getting a bike more than I've thought about getting a bike since moving here.
Yep.
Electric bike stores are in several places. They're very popular. As a matter of fact, you have to wait to get bikes around here. Bikes are a big deal. And DC and the DC area is really embracing that whole idea of biking. Let's see.
Regular bikes, electric bikes, all kind of bike derivatives.
Okay, so I want to go to, what's the next thing I want to go to? So Tyson's Corner is right outside, and if you can, go to Washingtonian Magazine. That's where I get a lot of this stuff from, guys.
Washingtonian.
Yeah, Washingtonian Magazine.
We've been reading that.
But if you go to Tyson's Corner, is only about 3 miles outside of Vienna, so which is really cool. So you got Vienna, which is like this little town, right? It gives you that little town feel where they've got like a main street with like literally everything, and you can walk and bike and everything, and then you got the homes behind it, and then not too far away is Tyson's Corner, which is everything. Yeah,
all the shopping.
Right, shops, entertainment, literally everything. Yeah. Now, also, Vienna is in Fairfax County Public Schools. So you can live in unincorporated Fairfax. So you have Fairfax, and then you have these towns inside of Fairfax, and Vienna is one of those towns. McLean is in Fairfax. Tyson's Corner or Tyson's is in Fairfax. Yep. So when you look up public schools, Fairfax is the public school system that's associated with it, and it is excellent. Fairfax Public Schools is excellent.
And when you're out there, it all feels kind of like one area, right? It's sort of like, it's not like super distinctive in terms of if you're in Tyson's and you roll up the street and all of a sudden you're in Vienna, it still kind of feels like the same general area.
It does.
The same thing in McLean, right? And so it's kind of very suburban feeling. But to Tracy's point, in terms of Vienna and how it's designed,
I think Vienna feels denser.
Vienna does feel a little denser. You're right. And when you're out there, what they did was really try to make it to where, hey, once you're there, you can kind of do things there, right, to make it more walkable.
They really do.
And friendly to the public.
So Madison High School is number 3 in the state. So that just gives you an idea of the school system there. There are a lot of private schools. DC has so many private schools. If you are a private school type of person, don't worry. You will have your pick here. There are several universities there. You got Northern Virginia Community College. So our sons currently go to Northern Virginia Community College. They decided not to spend the $40,000 to $80,000 a year for college during the panorama. So I thought that was a really, really cool and accepting thing for them. I'm really excited that they like to do that. And there's also George Mason University, which is only about a 20-minute drive from Vienna. So
and Northern Virginia Community College has like 40 or 50,000 students.
It's really good too. It's a really good school. My sons are very pleased with their education. A lot of the professors and everything teach at Georgetown, teach at Howard, teach at GW and American. So that's a thing that's really cool too.
Yeah.
Then you have Oakton. There's it's about 15 minutes from DC if you're like just driving. Keep in mind that from DC, but they've got a metro station there too, Vienna, which used to be the furthest one when we lived
Back
here
in the
20
day.
years ago. No longer is it the furthest one. So there's Oakton and then there's Vienna. Those are the two stations, and they're on the Orange Line, and they are looking
Orange Line
at
train,
improving
Orange Line.
that. I know, Orange Line. Let's see what we got next. So the next thing is just a map. I'm just showing you a map of where it is, as you can see. So you've got Vienna right here. See, like I said, Tyson's Corner,
yep.
and you can just see how close it is to the area, and it is considered a suburb. And now I'm in Niche, guys. Great website for finding out things. 24th best suburb to live in. Overall grade is an A plus. An A plus.
Yeah.
Schools, housing. I'd say all of this is on point. I'd say diversity is an A minus. A lot of people that look like us live in Virginia, Vienna. It is a little bit more affordable. It's got about 16,000 people, like we said earlier.
Yep.
The median home value, as you can see, is lower than the rest of the area. So $743,000 is not bad for this area. Your median rent is going to hover around $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my ex-coworkers bought a place out there. He's super happy out there. He and his family.
All right, y'all. Now here we go with these. Here we go with these rankings. You got 23. For raising a family.
Yep.
You've got best suburb to live in. It's around the same. I'm not sure why it's ranked so low. I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't be ranked higher. Okay, so we did get crime and safety report here. I think that's good. It looks like it's going to be well below the national average.
Yep.
They still have the same thing that everybody else has, y'all, is
petty theft.
Petty
situations.
theft. That's gonna be happening. See, James Madison High School, James Madison High School, Marshall High, West Briar Elementary, Wolf Trap is where the amphitheater is.
Wolf Trap. And
Vienna Elementary. Similar places is gonna be McLean that we talked about last week. Potomac we've talked about. Olney, Maryland is way out there, but it's a really cool suburb. And Franklin Farm. Let's see. Let's go ahead and hop over to our other little site that we like to hang out at when we're giving you guys ideas.
Yeah. This is great data, right? In terms of the overall perspective on Vienna. Really a cool suburb, especially if you're looking to purchase. You want to have proximity to DC proper,
right?
And a good place to raise a family.
Right. So you've got the overall cost of living. Guys, as you can see here, it's way above the national average.
Yes,
way above the national average. Groceries, everything is going to be higher than the national average. Even Virginia, I think the grocery number has gone up in the past few months.
Yeah,
I think just like everything else.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look at politics and voting. I really like this chart too.
What do you like about the politics
and voting
chart, baby?
So we've got as once again, it leans very liberal. It's off the chart in Fairfax County and in the Washington, Maryland area. Let's see people. Yeah. Let's look at people stats really quickly. And we've got most people that live there are married. And 9% have children. Okay, as you can see the numbers here, only 2.8% are black. I feel like more. I think it is a lot of Asian people when we're there, though.
Yeah,
but it's a nice
mix.
It's a nice mix. But let's check out the commute time. Let's see how we're doing there.
And the thing around commute times, right, is it certainly has ebbs and flows, right, as this whole kind of back to office thing.
And we're going to talk about that.
Some people are going in, some people are not. Some people are going in on certain days. Some people are working from home exclusively. Some people have the kinds of roles that
it's not too bad. And I think that speaks to the fact that it goes to Northern Virginia. Let's look at where some of the houses that are currently for sale.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a lot of families out there. It's a great scenario if you're, very suburban type vibe, but still have access to get in and out of DC if that's something that's important to you.
Right.
It gives you the ability to find something that you can afford.
Right. So you've got $1 million for a little townhome here. You got $649 for a 3-bed. This is in McLean. That's not what I want. I want Vienna, y'all.
That's all right, baby. You giving them the gist of what's happening out there.
No, it's different in Vienna.
McLean and Vienna are slightly different
they're next
markets.
door to each other.
Even though they're close together, McLean is going to have a little bit higher price point. So when you're looking at Vienna, then you'll see some things that are, slightly more palatable.
I was going to say for $1 million you can get a house in Vienna. And so that's why it was throwing me off. So as you can see here, it's still $1 million, but this one, $749 for a full house is really unheard of. To be so close, to be on the Northern Virginia side, it's a great little community.
That's a 5.5.
I think for a townhome, it's like an apartment type townhome. You get $400,000. So I still stick to my guns around. You can find some place to live in this area, You've got something like this that's going to cost you a little less, but as you can see, it's gone. It's pending.
Yep.
So that's what gives you that is. Let's look at rentals really quickly. Vienna is definitely more affordable than everywhere else. Okay. And when we look at...
And when you say everywhere else, you're speaking to like...
Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
Like right in... Vienna is like 10 minutes from our house. I got lost one day looking for the liquor store, the ABC, because we have ABCs in Northern Virginia. You have them in Maryland, too. And I put in the one I thought was near the house, and it took me out to Vienna. I was like, okay, this is fun. I didn't tell you about that. I had my mom with me.
I was trying to find the liquor store.
She was like, oh, don't forget. I was like, okay. So I just stuck it in my G, and it took me somewhere. I was like, okay, this is an adventure.
Right.
So you've got 1,400, and keep in mind, you're going to get at least a 1-bedroom, whereas if you're around 1,400 in D.C., it's going to be a studio apartment.
Right.
So keep that in mind. At least here, you can find a 1-bedroom, and fairly new, fairly updated.
Yep.
So that's something to keep in mind.
1,700.
Right.
These are nice looking places.
Exactly. I like what I see here.
Yeah.
Vienna was a little far for us. We wanted to be very close to HQ2. Did I do it right that time?
Yeah, HQ2.
I said it right. I always say it wrong. It's completely
fine, baby. There's some houses for rent over there too. That was cool. In that 3 or 4K range.
Right. All right.
Boom.
So, what do y'all think of Vienna? I can't believe we don't have any questions. Wow. Well, that means
can y'all still hear us?
Keep it moving.
Is the mic on?
Keep it moving. I know. Is the mic on?
Is anyone there?
We're just gonna keep it moving.
That's that scene from Titanic. Hello.
Oh, gosh.
Is anyone out there?
Is it weird? I love...
Can you hear me?
Whenever I see Titanic on, and if it's on DVR or someplace I can fast forward, y'all, you know what I do?
What do you do, baby?
I fast forward all the way to when the boat starts sinking. It's like I don't even want to know the rest of the story.
Where's the part where the boat goes down?
I just want to see the part where the boat goes down. Isn't that is that weird?
No.
Is that weird? Does anybody else do that?
It's not weird.
I love that part. I just think that James Cameron did an amazing job with the views and the scenery. Because growing up, we always talked about the Titanic and how it sank and what happened. But the fact that he brought it to life and then it looked like that was just so amazing to me. And I just love it. I think I might go watch it today. I think I might go watch that today. I just want to see the boat sink again. It's just something about it that just, and that end when DiCaprio and Homegirl are hanging on the end.
When the boat is like almost vertical.
Yeah. When it goes up like this, and I just love. They should make that a Disney World ride.
Will you get wet on the ride?
Yes.
Like sprinkle some water on you so you feel like the ship is going down and you.
I don't know. I think they need to do that. That's
but in the movie they were fully submerged though.
No, I don't want to go all the way down. I don't want to go change it to another scene.
Okay. Just as you're going down, then it switches.
Yeah, then you're on the bed board.
Or you're somewhere else and you're back on the deck and the orchestra is playing.
Okay, I don't think we should make light of this now that I think about it. This is kind of morbid.
Okay, cool.
Woo! Ooh, all right.
Back to the upbeat vibe.
Okay. So we were talking about commuting and how people that are currently remote workers and what they did prior to the panorama. I have to keep using that word, y'all, because they will flag us.
We're
it's
still
so
live,
weird.
right?
What?
We're still live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think so.
Okay.
Hello? Y'all put a 1 in there. So we're doing the commuting thing. So during the pandemic, so as more workers are gradually returning to the office this fall, many are rethinking how often how often they're going to go to work, while considering their commutes in the past. Like Heath is a really good example of that too. He works from home 4 days a week.
Yeah,
and then he goes in 1 day a week. And what we decided to do is I'll just take him to work and pick him up. It's kind of like a little time that we have with one another since our days are so busy. And also the car stays at home. He doesn't have to worry about it being in the garage or anything, or paying for parking or anything like that. And it's really just a nice way for me to get out of the house because I work from home too. So that's what we did. And that's part of the reason we chose to live so close to home.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to keep that in mind when you're moving to the area. Is what is the commute going to be like?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Are you going to bike? Do you want to have the ability to bike? Because you could literally bike to work if you wanted to.
I could bike. Biking gets a little dangerous in terms of you're like when you're going from like suburb into another area. But I think like if you're living in the city and working, like if you're living in DC and working in DC, you could bike. If you're living in a suburban town and working in that suburban town, you definitely could consider biking.
Okay. So really quick, let me see if I can get this on the screen for y'all really quickly. This is let's see, I'm gonna share it.
What you sharing, baby?
So this is Andrew Breeza. He's 35. He lives in Northeast Washington. I love this setup, y'all. Can y'all see his setup? It is so cool. He's got the treadmill with the desk and everything. I've been thinking about that because now you can buy those treadmills that just fit right under the desk and you can stick your stuff on top of it. It's great.
Yep.
But he lives in Reston, and now he telecommutes full time. He loves it. He can go out in the backyard and hang out in his hammock.
Yep.
And it just gives him more hours. You've got Luisa Solano. She lives in Silver Spring, so that's in Maryland. That's in the southern part of Maryland, closest to DC.
Yep.
She drove, and now she telecommutes, bikes, and metro.
So she does a combination.
She says the traffic patterns have shifted,
They have.
and she likes to go in her car every now and then. She works as a communications consultant at an international public health agency.
Nice.
She's shopping for a bike. I'm not alone. She's going to check out her 8-mile ride from downtown Silver Spring to the offices in the district's west end. DC is becoming more bikeable. It really, really is. If I get the opportunity to go when it's not rush hour, yes, I'm 100% down to metro. But when it's rush hour, I'm like, oh no. I can use the car if I have a meeting and I don't want to go to the meeting like all sweaty. It's definitely a mix. It depends on the convenience of the day.
Right.
So I think that is really, really a cool way to think about commuting in the area and how much and how many different ways you can commute, because it's lost time. It's lost time when you're in your car. And I know you want that house, and I know you want all of that stuff, and that's great. That's your trade-off, is that your commute is going to be bad. I'm just going to say it. DC had one of the worst commuting, times in the nation, even in the world, I think, at one point. And the pandemic kind of reset it, so people are looking at different ways to commute now. And I will have to say, the employers around here are very lenient. It's lenient unless you're in a service type industry. So I think that's really, really good.
Yeah. There's still some roles where you need to be in the office. They require you to be in the office, right? Certain governmental roles and other places where, hey, I have to be there to keep everything moving. But a lot of these roles are certainly applicable for telecommuting, and so you can see people are being creative around their hybrid commute or their new complete 100% telework piece. Right, you saw my man that had his treadmill going with his
I
with his
love that.
computer, and he's like, "Yo, I'm doing walking meetings.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm gonna be on my meeting, and I'm gonna get my walk on all day. You know." So I mean,
We
I
got
think
super
that's
chat.
I think that's important.
Super chat.
Oh,
Wrong song.
thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Woo.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, whenever you do super chat, it really helps the channel. It helps us get new equipment and things like that related to bringing you more information.
Yes.
If there's anything you want us to do on the show you, go out, look at, let us know. That's what we're here for. We live here, so we can really, really help in that aspect. We got a question too.
Shout out.
Hey,
Melissa.
Joseph, with your Atlanta.
The old school Atlanta logo.
Old
I love
school
it.
Atlanta in the house.
What's up, Joe?
Go ahead and read the question, babe.
Let me see. I can't see it. I'll read it from over here. We're thinking about buying as soon as we move to Northern Virginia. Is it wise to rent first, just in case prices go down? Hey, Joseph, I will tell you, man. You know, Tracy and I are both former realtors, right? And so we've done a ton of real estate transactions. We've helped people buy. We've helped people sell. We've built houses. We've bought houses. We've sold houses. So I am definitely qualified to answer your question. And so from that perspective, Tracy and I we are certainly advocates of renting, right? So, you know, we rent currently and really enjoy renting. So I think, you know, just predicated on your personal views and what you're looking to accomplish, I think absolutely renting makes sense, right? Because you don't live here, you don't have like a true sense of like, what does the neighborhood feel like? Where are the services? Does that work for me? How does that impact how I'm working, where I'm going to work, where I'm going to be going in and out of, right? And so I think renting gives you the ability to be here, to be in place, and really to move around and understand if you truly love that particular neighborhood, that particular area that you've chosen. And now you can adjust your search. Or if it's going to be a scenario where, hey, I'm renting here, but as I'm moving around, I like this area over here a little bit better. So now I'm going to target that area for purchasing. So I think it makes complete sense to rent first and then really decide where it is that you want to purchase, right? So I wouldn't necessarily tie it into like where prices are and where they could go and what might happen. I think I would really hone in on what's most important to you and the timing of that.
Yeah, I have to agree with that a little bit. I think it's important to recognize that homes are expensive here. And I think it's astounding that people move here never having lived here before and they drop $1 million. I'm just like, that's so weird to me. And I feel like if I'm going to live somewhere for a certain period of time, like if I know I'm going to live here like 10 years, I would definitely buy here. Before we moved here, I did ROI, the reason why we rent. I did ROI on purchasing a home in the DMV, and it said it takes 8 years for you to break even, literally, because the home prices are so high. And so they said compared to renting right now in the DC area, renting is less than purchasing. And for the type of home that we needed, we would have had to come out of pocket at least $200,000. And not only the $200,000 out of pocket, but also the ongoing monthly payments and maintenance. And because Heath was getting a new job, and at the time I didn't have a job, we felt that renting was best for us. Yes, we could have purchased, but we felt like, I don't even know, it just didn't feel like the right thing. Oh, we got another super chat. Adam.
Woo! My man Adam Shelton.
Thank you so much.
Florida in the building.
Florida in the building.
Appreciate you, Adam.
So when you
Shout
do a
out to
super
the
chat
OG.
with a question, guys, we go ahead and jump into it just so you know, just to say thank you. It's not being rude to anybody else. We just really appreciate
No
super
doubt.
chats, and
No
we
doubt.
understand. So Adam says, great review over Vienna. Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Thank you.
Adam.
The botanical gardens there is really nice. Yes, everything is in Vienna is just really well put together, really well thought
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, and Botanical Gardens we went to in D.C. too, right?
That's another area. Lots of
the
parks
Arboretum.
and
No, the
arboretum. Yeah, we went to the
Arboretum
Arboretum. Yeah.
And we've been to some botanical gardens here as
So
well.
maybe
right?
we'll go check out the botanical gardens for you guys again and do filming this time. I'm going to do better. I'm trying to go live on YouTube sporadically. So just put your notification bell on and make sure so when you get those lives, when we show up somewhere.
No doubt.
It says, hi, Marcus, 2786. Welcome to the show. It says, I'm moving to University Park, Maryland. What information can you give me on that area? So that's near.
That's College Park, right? Definitely. One, Marcus, I would say go back and take a look at one of the lives that we did on College Park, Maryland. We really outlined the some key things around the neighborhoods, how it ties into the university, some really cool places that are affordable over there as well, and some context around the history of
it is.
area.
It's PG County, which I think is great. You're gonna get some nice affordability over there. They're doing a great job with, I think, keeping it diverse over there. I think they're doing a great job with keeping the services over there. You are beginning to see upgraded services over in that area, and the roads. I would say I haven't been over there in a while because they've been doing so much construction on getting the roadways and just the overall infrastructure of that area in check. Keep in mind when you move to areas like University Park, you're going to get a lot of students in the area because they have overflow housing. Of course, dormitories are. There's never enough. So keep that in mind. You will be among the student population a little bit, but that's the trade-off, I think, for affordable housing in some cases. Just looking at the stats on it, University Park is to me it's in a good area.
It is a good location.
It's such a cute little neighborhood.
It is,
that's over where Addison lived when she lived in the off campus.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you get Howard students over there, you get University of Maryland students over there too. And it's a good group because it's not cheap to live over there, but it is more affordable. But I think the services over there are really good too. I felt comfortable over there. I didn't feel like the crime was bad or anything.
She was like across the street from a Target.
And you've got services over there. So I think University Park is cool.
Close to DC as well.
And because you've got students, you've got restaurants, you've got bars, you've got a decent nightlife over there. I think the diversity is definitely good. The schools, you might want to think about private schooling depending on the ages of your kids. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, it's a great area. Crime and safety is about overall. Not too many people in the area either. And the median price is about $500,000. So that gives you an idea. But the homes aren't redone. So it gives you a project to do. But yeah, University Park is great. Thank you so much for the question. And let's see. Good morning, Crump 919. Old school NC. Old school NC.
Appreciate you, man. Good to see you.
So, guys, the next thing I wanted to talk about was this is something I've been trying to do. Okay. Haven't been able to because we need more of it. But it is called, I'm going to share my screen again. It is called, let me see if I can get into it. Here we go.
What we need more of, baby?
Oh, you don't know this one? He
what we need more of.
This one. Airbnb of boats floats into Washington.
We do need more of that.
Oh, my gosh. I've been trying to get a boat for us to go out on the weekend during the summer
well,
for
thinking
2
about
months.
We haven't been trying to get one, right?
I haven't been able to. I talked to Mommy about it. She was like, yeah, let's do it. We were trying to do it for my birthday. We were trying to do it. And it was just like, this is a thing. You not only can do Airbnb homes here, you can do Airbnb boats. And it's not Airbnb. It's just
the concept of leveraging someone else's
boat,
nautical asset, so that you can enjoy it yourself.
So you literally can go on. I can't remember the app. I should have looked up the app.
That's all right, baby.
But you can go on this app. I have it on my thing, and you just basically. Do they have it in this article? No, they don't. But you can basically. I'm going to go back to the main page. You can basically go on this app and say, I want a boat for 3 hours, this size for this many people, and I want it from this time to this time. And do I want a captain or not? Do I want them to put Do I want them to put gas in it before I get there? Whatever. You can bring your own beverages. You can have it catered.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. It's so cool. And they pick you up in the main places. They pick you up in like the wharf or down by the Ferris wheel. Sorry, I messed with the camera. Down by the stop. Down by the Ferris wheel. It's so cool, and you see it all the time because sometimes we go and do other stuff on the water, and people are out there on the boats chilling, dudes out there with their cigars, and people having women walking around with no clothes on there. It's such a vibe, and it's so easy to do here.
Yep.
So I looked at it, and for a boat for like the size of our family, and then they do restrict how many people can get on the boat depending on the license of the boat and everything because it is being rented out.
Makes sense.
It's not that person's boat.
Okay.
And it can be as many as 12 people, you know, as little as 3 people.
Okay.
And then it depends on how long you have it and how many people are on it, the price and the size of the boat. So they have yachts, of course, that you can get. And then they have the smaller, like boats that are just open. I call them pontoon boats little party boats with a canopy and everything. And so I've seen as little as $900 to as much as $3,000.
So that's for like the 3-hour segment you were talking about?
Yeah, 3 to 5. I haven't seen too many more than 3 hours.
Okay.
I would think I'd be ready to go back.
Okay.
You know, 3 hours, I'd be ready to go back. So that's something really cool happening in the D.C. area.
Yep.
Some of them will take you up to Baltimore in your 3 hours. And things like that. So I think that's a really cool thing to do here. I'll try to get some shots of people doing that, or I'll try to get a boat, but they're booked. Whenever I look, it's literally booked.
Right.
You think, oh my God, $900. Oh my God, $3,000. Honey, it's booked.
Right.
It's literally. But I tried to find something for my birthday, which is coming up next week. It's booked. It's been booked for months.
So the bonus play right there for people who have the capability of purchasing a boat, right? Now you're just giving them another business idea. So shout out to Heath and Tracy for the business tips.
Yes, Soka SOCA Soka Yacht Charters is black owned. She is in the DC area, but she also does world yacht travel, and it's luxury world yacht travel. But she also has a boat in the DC area, so that tells you something about the market here.
Yep.
You literally go marina, there's big boats, it's little boats, it's all kind of boats here, and this is new to DC. Like in the last 10 years, it wasn't like this when we lived here before.
Yeah, and when we go down to the Potomac, maybe to Haynes Point or one of the parks, you see some really large yachts down there, which is surprising, right?
And the whole boat cruising thing, and it goes into the fall because they're covered because it's
and the weather's
climate
still mild.
controlled.
And the weather's still mild.
You've been out on a boat this summer, haven't you?
I've been on the water
twice,
2 or 3 times this summer.
Yeah, because he goes with company functions. My company doesn't do all that. He goes with company functions, so he's been out there. It's a vibe. You get food, you get drinks, you get music, you cruise, and it's a long. If you think about it, the Potomac is huge, so there's a lot of different places to go.
So that, like, there are 2 rivers, right? So
you got Anacostia, and then you got the Potomac. We got another question. Hi, Kiana. Good morning.
What's up, Kiana?
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, wait. Pause.
Okay.
Look at Kiana dropping the Q right there in front.
Okay.
She got to add. Follow instructions. I see you out here.
I love it. Okay. How much should one have saved before moving to the DMV? Gen Z, no kids, looking to live in the DC metro area, starting a new job, making around $85K, located in DC.
Well, Kiana, I would say that Queen Tracy is very qualified to answer this question. Queen Tracy, what would you like to say to Kiana?
I would at least suggest you having 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Everybody says 6 months, but I think the importance of being secure.
Right.
And when we say 3 months, we mean of your basics, your rent. My dad always says food, clothing, and shelter. If you have those things, if you have enough money for those things for 3 months, you're super, super comfortable.
Yep.
If you can do more, by all means, do it.
Right.
And that's just to have a cushion, right? It's just saving money these days is kind of a waste.
Yes.
So you have to be cognizant of how are your investments? How is your spending? How is your debt? Those are the other things that you need to keep in mind. The other thing, I'm going to leave this question up.
Yep.
The other thing is $85K in DC, get a roommate. Get a roommate it keeps you in that middle. I think 25 to 30, no more than 30% of your paycheck net take home should go toward your rental situation, your housing situation. So when I say 30%, that should include everything, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
25% for that basic outgo for that monthly payment.
Yeah.
Mortgage, whatever. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to do that. We had to do that. It was hard, but
we had to do what?
Keep within that 25, 30%. It's hard.
Yeah,
it is really hard.
It's easy to make the decision and just go with 50% of your take home.
Don't do it.
Right. So people are like, okay, so if I get paid twice a month, all right, one
whole check goes to rent. That's common here. Don't do that.
And then the other check will go to the other things.
Yeah, I don't suggest that. My daughter's friends, she said that was common for her friends to use one check for rent and one check for everything else. And it's like, oh, that's easy. But is that comfortable?
Right.
Is that comfortable? She always had a roommate. They did not have roommates. If you don't have a roommate, you're going to have to go 50% of your income.
The other thing I'll say, Kiana, is that, anytime you move and you're going into a new place, a new scenario, you're going to have expenses. You want to do some things. You're going to spend maybe a little bit more than what
brunches,
you had planned to.
Yeah,
brunches and all kinds of things, right? And so just be cognizant of that, right? And so to Tracy's point, bring as much cash as you can. Definitely have your 3 months on point. To Tracy's point, and then if you can stash away more, or you have some level of budget,
get the debt down,
some investments that you have that are paying, not having a lot of debt obligation, all of those things I think will play into your strengths and your move. So shout out to you, excited for you and your opportunity.
Yeah, you have to get rid of that debt before you move, guys, because I need to stop saying guys too.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. They understand. They understand.
Sorry, I'm 56. Y'all.
We all working. We are all.
If I've offended anyone, I'm sorry.
We are all a work in progress, baby.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
They got love for you.
I appreciate it. So yeah, a few things to get rid of the debt. When you get rid of the debt, it just makes you feel better in your new place. That's something that we did prior to moving here. We literally got rid of all of our debt.
Yeah.
Because when you move, you build it up a little bit more. So if you're in a zero, right, or you don't owe anybody anything, or you just feel better. And yeah, you feel better about spending, which is wrong, but at the same time, you feel better. You're more comfortable. You're in your new space, and it's gonna flow better. The second thing is savings. Save a little bit. Have 3 months. It just gives you that comfort zone. And I would suggest someone like Kiana, get a roommate. It gives you someone else to interact with. Even if it's just short term, it gives you an opportunity to find out where you really want to live, if you like living with someone or not, and then move to your own place, because you're just going to spend so much more money.
And then real talk on the roommate piece, the last point on this, Kiana, is that gives you that much more positive cash flow,
right,
with respect to your monthly obligations. And so even if it's a short-term scenario, right, that gives you another way to pocket more cash. Boom.
Gorgeous Wells, good morning.
What's up, Gorgeous Wells?
Hi, Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, Gorgeous Wells has a question, too. Let's see what the question is. Oh, ask anything.
Oh,
okay.
Here we go.
Okay. What's the question? How can you get your spouse to say he's having an affair when you suspect?
All right, let's breathe for a moment.
Why do you want him to say it?
Yeah, I think women are blessed with something called intuition, right? And so I think that when you know things, when you sense things, when you're a knower, I think the real question becomes getting to the heart of the matter around the relationship, right? And so what you want to do maybe is sort of have a level set conversation, right? Like, hey, where are things with us? Do we need to engage in some counseling? Do we need to have some deeper conversations? Are there things that are missing in the relationship that we want to work on, right? I think what you want to do is to really leverage the opportunity to go deeper into the relationship, right? Look at yourself, understand, are there things that you can do better yourself, things that you can help to mitigate what's happening, and then also drive that conversation deeper with your mate to say, hey, I'm in this with you. Maybe things aren't perfect. I get it. But we're here together.
Is that your answer, baby?
I guess that was my
Mine's
answer. Yes.
very different. Are you ready? Catch him. I'm sorry. Let's just keep it real. Hire a professional. If you know how to snoop yourself, do it.
Yeah.
Get your proof. If you don't, and don't let it get to a point where it's driving you crazy.
Right,
and that's why I suggest hiring a professional if you can. If it's something you know you can do that you're very good at, then do it.
But then what are the steps she should take after that?
Confront.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to lie about it, he's going to lie about it.
Right.
And the only way to do it is to say, no, here's the proof. What's the next step?
Right. So I guess what I was giving her was the next step, right? So you're giving her that
I'm
piece.
giving her what to do.
I was fast forwarding to,
No.
okay, so like what happens? It's like, okay, you know, or you suspect, or whatever it is. At the end of the day, you got to take the next step to have the conversation. So
Let's just keep it real. If you don't catch him, if you don't say, I know.
Right.
If you don't say, here's the proof, what the hell are you doing? He can continue to deny it. Right.
The plausible deniability.
Exactly. Exactly. And she said she'd rather know. I rather know to keep from suspecting. We have 2 small kids. Yeah. Stay in it.
Yeah.
Stay in it for them. And a lot of people say, oh, don't do that. And do that. Stay in it. It may be minor, but don't. I would not nag. I would not nag. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, no.
Just go poof.
Yep.
And then he's like, and then he needs to make a decision.
And that's where the work comes in.
Right. So that's how you do it.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it without ruining the marriage. Because if you badger, you're just going to chip it away. You're going to chip it away, and he's going to move closer and he's going to move further and further away.
Right.
That's not what you want to do.
Yep.
Don't hold it in. Focus on you.
Yep.
Focus on your kids.
Yep.
Don't think you have a shortcoming. You may. Like I said, when we had our affair, it was both of us. It was an issue with both of us.
Right.
And it's always an issue with both of you.
Yep.
Don't think for a minute, oh, he's just a dog. I'm a perfect person. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
So it's an issue with both of you in the marriage.
Yep.
Right? So try to find out what your part is in it. Okay? That's when I say work on yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
The second thing is catch him. If you are so sure, catch him. Right? And then present the proof.
Yep.
And then work on it from there.
Yep.
Okay? Because like Heath has said in the past, there are people that have, and they'd be like, I should have just kept the first one. You know?
Yeah.
And whatever fantasy he's dealing with right now, trust me, it's temporary.
Yeah. Err on the side of saving the marriage, right? So
right.
Do what you can, everything within your power to do that.
And now, thank you for your question, Gorgeous Wills. And stay tuned. We are going to start a Marriage Monday show. You know, we found that Ask Us Anything does this every now and then, guys.
Yeah.
So we've got Tech Tuesdays with Heath coming up starting in
September 21st.
It is showing up, and I've got Marriage Mondays coming soon too. So just hang in there, and we'll have whole shows dedicated to marriage, whole shows dedicated to tech, and we will keep moving to the DMV because that's what we are.
Because really it's life coaching.
Let's move into Design Your Life.
That's really what we're doing. Real talk. It's life coaching.
You're welcome. Hang in there, girl.
Absolutely. Stay gorgeous.
Yes. It's not you, it's us. Okay?
Yes. Designing your life. You know, too much focusing is draining. I don't know about y'all, but my 9 to 5 requires tremendous focus. And it's not always 9 to 5 either, right? But what happens is, you know, there's really a better way for the overall strategy instead of just like locking in and trying to be locked in all day, right?
I think it's impossible.
It is really impossible, right? Because what you'll find is that your brain will stray, your mind will stray, you start surfing on your phone or something else distracts you, right? All of these different things come into play. So getting and staying focused can be a challenge in the best of times, but with everything going on in the world, concentrating can often feel downright impossible.
You got a lot of stuff to help you, though.
Yes.
You know, you got books, you got blogs, you got videos, you got whole TikToks, people talking about it, right?
It is.
So, what you want to think of? So, what happens when we try to multitask is our brains our brains do a switch among tasks.
Yep.
So that causes more that causes more energy, because you got to do switch because you literally can't do more than one thing at a time.
Yep.
And so it's hard to stay on one task at a time. It takes more energy.
And so depending on what you're doing, you're using different cognitive resources specifically around the specific task that you're executing.
Right.
So if you're doing your email, that's one set of cognitive tasks. Then it switches to something else if you need to do a report or read a report.
Switch.
Right? So you're always using a different set of resources. So what's important is you got to build in breaks. Build in breaks for those things, right? And so that gives your brain the ability to go to a different place and kind of switch into what's the term they call it? It's called kind of putting your brain on automatic.
Right.
Right.
So here's some things.
Yeah.
Unfocus your brain.
Right. So that's what you're doing when you do that. You got to unfocus.
Schedule into every workday some breaks.
Right.
From all that focusing, allow your mind to just travel, default mode. You know what I'm saying? What I do is I get on social media. I might watch a YouTube real quick. Or I might open my doors in my office and look out and look at the bugs flying around, chipmunks and squirrels. And sometimes I might go outside. I might go downstairs and get, an almond, stick it in my mouth. No, I don't snack like that during the day. I might come down to Heath's office and bug him. I take a break. Unfocus your brain. Right. Another thing to do is engage in positive, constructive daydreaming.
Daydreaming is awesome. Right, because it enables your brain just to kind of go anywhere, right? You're changing the focus from being locked in on something to just like letting it free flow, and that's so important, right? And so some people like to so what you want to do is kind of use it as an opportunity to go to your happy place, right? For some people, it's laying on a beach with the sun pouring down on your skin,
go for a walk.
And you just being there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
don't take your phone.
You're an outdoorsy person and you want to envision yourself being in a forest or in a meadow or in a garden, right? So the idea is to go to that place so that you can have that reset.
It just freshens up your mind a little bit.
Right.
Another thing is block interruptions before diving into deep work. Yeah, literally turn stuff off. Turn stuff off. Focus. Do it so you can get it done.
Right.
Turn off your messaging. Turn off your notifications, And it sounds really basic, but what it does is it helps you focus and get it done faster, right?
Yeah. That's another pro tip around email too, right? We have those every time you get an email, you get like the little bubble up in your box. So you can actually turn that off. Yeah. Right. And so that way when you're locking in, then you can just go to town on that task.
Know your body clock. Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person?
Afternoon.
Use those hard activities for the time that your brain is firing the best.
Yeah, if you have that self-awareness and you kind of know yourself and you like, hey, when I'm super clear between like 9 and 12, then what you want to do is not take any meetings between 9 and 12. You want to lock into the most important work that you have for that day, and that's when you want to do it, right? Conversely, if it's in the afternoon for you or what have you, then do it then. So just keep that in mind.
Another thing is new hobbies. I picked up a few new hobbies. So like this to us is kind of a hobby. It gives our brains a break, our minds a break. It gives us another touch point with one another. It gets us away from our techie jobs and everything. It gets us thinking but we're still doing tech. Yep. And so this is really a thing for us. We really, really enjoy this. So consider hobby. My daughter, who's also a musician, she took up painting. I have another daughter that's doing clay. She's throwing clay now. So I have a son that he does all this stuff in his room that's tech oriented, that's not related to his job, things like that. So you really, really got to pick up a hobby. And last,
I cut flowers.
Yeah, he picked up flowers.
What's the last thing you want to do? You want to consider a digital Sabbath, right? And so
take a break, y'all.
I've seen our children be very adept.
Oh,
at
they're
this,
so
right?
good
and
at
so,
this.
I was like, what are you doing? What is going on? And so they were like, oh yeah, I I took Instagram off my phone for 3 days.
They literally.
They're like, take the app off.
Yeah.
Or they're like, my phone is in my room. I'm not dealing with my phone.
Now
today.
I do that.
Yeah.
Because I sit in my office all day with my phone and my laptop and my other work. So I have like 3 screens. I literally, when I leave my office and come downstairs to eat dinner, cook dinner, be with the family, I leave my phone upstairs.
Yeah. But the idea is that just really unplugging in that way, taking some kind of digital Sabbath.
Do a reset.
Gives you the ability to be more mindful and in the moment and just really enjoy yourself and remind your brain about, hey, like life is awesome. There are so many things that I could be doing and thinking about other than living in my screen during this time.
Yep. And that's it, guys. Just to go over them really quickly. Once again, the first one is unfocus your brain. The second one is engage in positive, constructive daydreaming. The third one is block any interruptions before diving into deep work.
Block them out.
The third one is know your body clock. What works best for you, day or night? Try new hobbies and considering putting that phone down, taking a digital Sabbath. Just get offline.
Boom.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to jump into Calendly. The links in the bio. The links in the description. If you want to meet with us one-on-one, have a private session. If you have questions about moving to the DMV, we've got Heath coming up with Tech Tuesdays. If you're looking at transitioning into a tech career, Heath is going to be here every Tuesday night. And then, of course, we do have counseling for your marriage, and in some type of way we are certified in that aspect. Thank you. And if you enjoyed your time with us today, join us again next Saturday at 11. We've got something special for you next Saturday. We are going to the Howard Hampton Classic, and we're going to come to you live from the Howard Hampton Classic.
It's gonna be
crazy.
Did we miss any questions? Did we answer everything?
I think we're done. No more questions, guys. And remember,
wherever you're going, don't just live there.
Design your life there.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life in its confines. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people. This is city, I met all my best friends. And I wanna thank every brick, I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. Oh, you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ike's place while we'd roll up a blunt. And me and Jack would get stoney, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm Xavier, then I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. Where people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion and it's mine.
It never gets me down. City of mine. circumstances, still we don't